So, you think you want to be a YouTuber in the motorcycle space, huh? Well, I might have just a little bit of advice for you since I've been doing this for 11 years now. But I think we should celebrate first because I just hit 200,000 subscribers. Oh yeah. You're right, I can't dance, but I felt like it because that's a big milestone. All right, so my first piece of advice to any aspiring YouTuber, forget about the money, or you're gonna be really disappointed because creators aren't getting rich, YouTube's getting rich, let's be honest. And they're just using creators as a means for that. And if you're going into it already thinking about money, well, number one, you're gonna be really disappointed. And number two, in my opinion, you've got the wrong thought process. Because you see, when I started 11 years ago, there was no such thing as monetization on YouTube. I literally went into it as a passion project. I did it from my heart. I literally just wanted to help, educate, entertain, and inspire as many bikers as I could worldwide, which remains my mission to this very day. And so if you love something and you're passionate about it, you're gonna do it and you're not gonna think about the money. And if you are passionate about it, it's gonna show, and the money is going to come later. Your first thought going into this space should be, how am I going to serve, in this case, the biker community? How am I gonna change lives? How am I gonna inspire, help? How am I gonna educate? Those should be the thoughts going through your head. If they are, then you're on the right track. You're just gonna have to understand that you're not gonna make money for quite a while. All right, and so once in a while you'll get some keyboard warrior commenting on YouTube videos about, why are you selling stuff? Because you're making so much money from YouTube. Well, those people, highly uneducated on the matter. Because you see, AdSense and the ads they run against your videos is pennies per 1,000 clicks. So you can imagine how many views it would take to actually make any sort of living just on YouTube alone. Unless you're some mega pop star and you're getting millions of views a video, there's no way you're gonna able to sustain any quality of life with YouTube AdSense. It's a joke. And so YouTube, a piece of the puzzle, definitely a large platform. We utilize the heck out of it because it's a way that we can reach a large amount of bikers, which certainly falls within our mission. And so behind me, you can see the podcast microphones and the podcast studio here. That's actually how we started even before YouTube. And I am very happy to say we are still going strong after 11 years with the Law Abiding Biker podcast, pumping out the episodes. Now, obviously, throughout the 11 years, we've seen a lot of YouTube channels come and go, and we've seen a lot of podcasts come and go, because it is a grind. So prepare yourself to dig deep. It is work, and it is a grind if you're gonna keep anything going like this long term. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but YouTube and a podcast is like any other job or career. You have to actually work, and you don't always want to go to work. And if you're just tuning into the channel for the first time, just understand that aside from running the YouTube channel and the podcast and everything else, yes, I am and have been over the past 11 years a full-time police motorcycle officer. And although I mentioned it is a grind and it is a job and work, it's also super, super rewarding if you can work through all the other stuff. So the first couple of years of doing this, everything was completely free, and still as of today, literally 95% of the content we put out is free. So eventually YouTube monetization did come about, and that definitely is a small piece of the pie, but I realized early on that I was not going to rely on YouTube AdSense as a business model. That's a dying business model. All right, so in a little bit, I'm gonna talk to you about why a lot of YouTubers burn out, in my opinion. And I'm gonna kind of tell you what I've done over the years, aside from YouTube, to make something like this actually sustainable. And being completely transparent and honest here, yes, I've even been through a lot of ups and downs and burnout times. It comes and goes. If you're gonna do this game for any length of time, you too are eventually gonna experience burnout if you care about your channel and you're actually trying to make a business out of it. And so one of the things I've been able to do, because I have a full-time paying job, is early on, and for many, many years, I literally invested every penny that I had back into the business and actually never paid myself. And because of that, back in 2017, we were able to start construction on this beautiful shop, the law-abiding biker shop, and of course, the studio part of it. And if you don't know a ton about me, well, I'm never afraid to admit it. Yes, I am a God-fearing man, and I truly believe that God has led me over the past 11 years and put me in this position, blessed me in so many ways so that I can continue my mission to help and connect with bikers. All right, and so to stay in this YouTube game long term, what I'm saying is you're gonna have to find ways to monetize. And so over the years, yes, we've learned to monetize in a lot of different ways here. And if you don't learn to do that, well, number one, you're gonna burn out. And the biggest thing to me is it's going to inhibit your ability to grow your audience, because with monetization comes the ability to provide more to the community that you're building. And so what a beautiful day. I am super glad I came outside. And the one thing I try to always remember is why I started all, and that is my absolute love and passion for everything motorcycles, and of course, helping and connecting with other bikers worldwide. And because I never want to forget that, and at times when I'm stressed or a little burned out, what do? You better believe it. Go for a freaking ride. I'm guessing we'll take the Indian today, because that's the Pursuit that I was sent like 2.5, 3 months ago, and they're still letting me keep it. All right, so I have had a lot of great opportunities over the years. And of course, Indian sent me this motorcycle. And I've got to go around, obviously, with Harley Davidson to different events and test ride and review their motorcycles, which is really cool. In fact, this year was the pre-production 2023 CVO. And so yes, I've been blessed. I've had a lot of opportunities. With that said, I grinded hard for a long time before those started happening. So it seems like it should be obvious, but yeah, gonna have to just put in the time and the grind to build a following and get recognized within the industry. Okay, it is unseasonably warm for late November here. All right, so earlier I talked about a lot of YouTubers like burning out, and it's a real thing, guys. It's a mental health thing, and my heart definitely goes out to those that are in that position or have been. So if you go into YouTube, you know, without a clear direction, and you're thinking, oh, I'm just gonna make videos and everybody's gonna be really interested in me, and I'm gonna make as many videos as I can so that I can make more and more AdSense. Yeah, you see all those daily vloggers that are completely burned out now? That's why. And at the end of the day, if you do the math on AdSense, you're literally working for less than minimum wage. And so obviously YouTube doesn't share all the algorithms, and so a lot of YouTubers, and I've been guilty of it too, are just chasing that algorithm and trying to feed the beast. And what I mean by feeding the beast is constantly thinking you have to put out content all the time so that you don't, you know, become invalid or the algorithms lose favor with you, so to speak. And so not having a broader plan, and that's your business plan, that is that recipe for burnout, because you can only feed those machines so often and so many times before you literally just burn out and lose the passion for what you started it for in the first place. And yes, let's just call out the elephant in the room. We all know, if you've been in the game at all, YouTube changes the algorithms all the time, and they certainly manipulate them depending on what direction they want to go, and they want to serve a particular demographic or whatever. It's blatant. You can see it, and it's gotten worse over the years. Certain channels will get favored by the algorithms. And at the end of the day, I as a creator, or you if you're a creator, we have zero control over the algorithm, so I stay focused on my mission, and no matter what they do, I'm going to continue to help connect, entertain, and inspire bikers. And I'll be the first to tell you, that's a hard mindset to keep all the time, and I'm not always perfect at it, because then you get in a routine where you just want to feed the machine. And so we're on our way, and I'm going to take you to show you another way that we've learned to monetize over the years. Now, while we're on our way there, I just want to talk about another big way we've learned to monetize, and that was like 3 years in, and that is Patreon.com. And we started patron membership. Believe it or not, back then, literally, and a lot of people still do. They literally just want to support us per piece of content that we put out because they feel it's so valuable, and that's just awesome. And we had no benefits at first. That's literally what people were doing. The benefit was us putting out content. And over the years, we've added a plethora of benefits because obviously, you know, our members are willing to step up to the plate, you know, financially, and we just wanted to serve them, you know, by giving them those benefits. And I'll link to that in the description below if you're interested in membership. We'd love to have you. And obviously, we're big enough here at the channel. We get given a ton of gear. And quite honestly, there's no way that you can sustain a channel by just reviewing free gear that you're given. We don't review a lot of it. But obviously, that's exciting when you're first starting. But just understand that's not a sustainable business model. We branched out from there once we started getting free gear, and obviously I've got multiple sponsorships now for the podcast and YouTube, just another way to monetize. But in return, obviously, I provide great value to those companies that sponsor me. Just to name a couple right now: Zero 3D, Rick Rack, and Butt Buffer. And like I say, I do review gear. Obviously, there has to be something in it for me. Number one, it's got to be something I would actually recommend. We get sent a lot of junk. But, you know, I've got to have an affiliate link to provide, or better yet, something that I can actually sell, which we're going to get to next. And there she is. I still can't believe it sometimes. Here we are, the law-abiding biker store facility. And I've got a few more things I want to share with you, but I'm going to gear down a little. Okay, that is better. And remember, a bit ago I told you it's unseasonably warm here for November. I appreciate that because it will not be long before the snow flies here, and it'll be a bit before I can ride. But with snow comes snowboard season, at least. And like I told you earlier, I realized really quick that I couldn't rely on just YouTube. And so it was early on, I think like 3 years in, we started the Law Abiding Biker store. Now, it was small, online. We literally started with one single product, which we still sell the heck out of to this day. And that's our beloved, you know, biker gripper cell phone motorcycle mounts. And then over the years, we've just built and built and built the store out. And we're continuing to do that right now. And remember earlier I told you how I just dumped money back into the business to keep building it out? Well, that's exactly how I've done with the store over the years, to just continue to grow it and scale it. All right, and so for many years, we actually leased a store facility building in the Tri-Cities about an hour away. It worked out well based on our store manager's location, but we eventually wanted to buy a building. And so we were very blessed, and you're actually in it right now. So as of January this year, we actually closed on this building, and there's the lights. In June, we actually moved everything up here, and we are now operating out of this awesome building. And we're blessed because we got a building big enough that we can actually grow into it over time. And you're actually out here in the front display area. You were in the stock room before, and we're still building stuff out. And so obviously that's a big way that we've been able to monetize over the years. And so we really sincerely appreciate all of you out there shopping in the Law Abiding Biker store. We can get you a lot of the same stuff. We can get to you just as quick, same prices, but you're literally supporting, you know, a company of bikers just trying to help bikers by shopping in our store. And so sincerely, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we're always adding new products, so keep checking back. And so the store definitely has been a big way that we've been able to monetize over the year. Thus, again, not relying on YouTube AdSense. And I may have mentioned this lightly earlier, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. Remember, with YouTube, you are literally playing in their sandbox. That's their world. They're just allowing you to be part of it, maybe for a long time. Maybe they'll shut you down tomorrow. for saying the wrong thing or just shut you down for no reason at all, you know? Because at the end of the day, they can do that because you don't pay them anything to be on their platform. And that doesn't just go for YouTube, that goes for any social media platform. TikTok, Instagram, you are literally playing in their sandbox and they can kick you out when they want. And so literally, if that's all you're doing and they decide to shut you down, you have nothing to fall back on. And that is definitely not a good business strategy. And really the point of this whole video is to say thank you out there, because without you, none of this would be possible. And to just give you an inside look behind the scenes on what it takes to be on YouTube for 11 years. And hopefully a lot of you can connect with that and understand that YouTube is not some glorious thing, but at the end of the day, worth every bit of it, just for the mere fact that I get to connect and meet with so many awesome bikers because of the YouTube channel. So getting near the end of 2023, but you better believe you can expect a lot on the channel in 2024. And I think that we should do something celebratory because of hitting 200,000 subscribers. What do you think? So I'm thinking, number one, if you're new to the channel, you should definitely subscribe. The reason is you'll be notified because in the next week, 2 at the most, on the channel, I'm gonna drop a brand new motorcycle documentary film. Some of you have seen it because we sell those films for a year and then we release them on YouTube. But number one, the free one coming out is our awesome West Coast documentary, Finding That Elusive Place. So you'll want to be subscribed, obviously, so you're notified. And then also, before the end of the year, I am going to release another documentary film, and that is going to be our trip to, I don't have a name for it yet, but it's going to be our trip to Duluth, Minnesota. There's a lot behind that story, but I'll release that and the trailer. That one will actually be for sale for a year if you want to support us in that way. I'm going to put a link in the description below. All of our documentary films can always be found at lawabidingbikers.com/ride-now. All right, the sun is setting and it is cooling down and there's a good breeze now. I got to get home. And again, thank all of you out there for supporting me. I love you all. And thanks for helping me build this community and this channel. Peace.